FinFarm, I am very excited to invite Uxio on the podcast. He has directly flew from Spain to Mumbai to record this podcast after the Money Expo event. And Uxio, all if you don't know about this, Material Bitcoin was the first hardware wallet. We did a lot of tests. We threw it off the roof. We did a hammer attack. We burned it on the stove, and the wallet was indestructible. And the man behind that indestructible wallet is sitting just beside me. Hi, Yushio, how are you?
Hey, how are you?
And I want to really ask you, like, how your journey into the crypto space actually started.
Usually, these journeys start the bad way. My did also the bad way. I started on Bitcoin, buying Bitcoins just for know what the hell is Bitcoin in 2013.
Oh, that early.
Yeah.
Are you still holding on to them?
No, of course not. I'll tell you. I wanted to learn about Bitcoin, and I was on trading a lot on that time. So I saw the chart and I said, oh my God, there is a huge trading opportunity here. I saw Bitcoin, it was around $200. And it seemed too obvious, so obvious to me that there was some movement on the verge of happening that I couldn't resist. So with my friend, we bought some Bitcoins, a number of Bitcoins.
Okay.
And, it was great. In less than a few week, 5 days or 6 days, it skyrocketed to 300.
Okay.
To $300. That was a 50% growth in let's say
days.
5-6 days.
Oh.
It was one of the best trades of my life. I was thinking, okay, I'm the master of the universe, I'm the best trader ever, blah, 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 blah. You know what? I did that with an exchange called MTGOX. Oh. So I got scammed and I couldn't return the money.
MTGOX is reaping its customers.
Yeah, too late. Too late. That was 11 years ago. Mm-hmm. And actually, I couldn't go back to fiat supposedly in the exchange, but I couldn't get it out. So I bought Bitcoin at 200. It raised instantly to 300. I thought I was the best trader ever. I couldn't get the money out. Oh. And my face was a very silly face. But I could understand the potential of Bitcoin because it was so different from the traditional currency system. It had so many huge advantages to people, so much freedom, that I understood that everyone should own a little Bitcoin. Many, maybe not much, but some, at least a little part of the savings of everyone should be on Bitcoin, because it gets you protection about from the devaluation through inflation, like in traditional currencies. It gives you wealth protection. It gives you growth. Okay, you need to have a long-term mindset, right. 5 years, 6 years minimum, because there is volatility. But if you are willing to wait for 5 or 6 years, it will be the best investment you can do. So it was so obvious to me that I wanted everyone, my parents, my brother, my sisters, my cousins, my friends, all my loved ones should own Bitcoin for sure. So without wanting to give a lecture to no one, I started talking with my friends, and my friends got interested. But you know what? Bitcoin was still going up and down. They just went go, and no one was entering real Bitcoin. And I started to do it myself for them.
Okay.
I would buy Bitcoin for them. I would store the Bitcoin for them, because they wouldn't know anything about cryptography or generating or managing their own private keys.
And it's still a very complicated process.
Yeah, it is. So that leads to inaction, definitely.
Right.
99% simply don't make the move, and they lose the benefits, the potential benefits.
They are interested into the cryptos, but as soon as they see the complexities behind it, they just say, let it go.
It's a steep learning curve.
Yeah.
But also the awesome potential of this is worth it, but you don't know most of the time. So I bought Bitcoin, I stored Bitcoin for my people, and at a certain point you can't do it anymore. You cannot control the bitcoins you have for everyone to give them back and blah, 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 blah. So I felt the urge, the necessity of having a simple way of acquiring and storing securely Bitcoin for long term for non-geek people, for non-technical experienced users.
And that's the tagline of the Material Bitcoin also.
Absolutely, because it was a real need. On 2013, okay, it's somehow a new thing, 4 years of Bitcoin, but somehow a new thing. I can understand it. But on 2020, there is no easy way to enter and store Bitcoin for non-geek people, which is the 92% of people.
Right.
It cannot be that way. So I was thinking about the idea maybe from 2016, 17 on the back of my head. And, I'm an industrial electrical engineer. I have the mind. And I was thinking about, making electronics and sophisticated systems. But I found one big thing. I cannot give electronics to my father. I cannot give it to them because electronics means firmware, updates, constant attention, and fragility. Electronics do bad with humidity, with heat, with just the years going by.
The dust.
Yeah, of course. I don't know if you want a digital camera. Maybe you did, maybe you don't. You didn't, but I'm sure if you got it in, say, 2006, it won't be working anymore because of the battery or whatever. And the same goes with any digital wallet.
Right.
And also, since they connect to the internet, they are exposed to hackers. So, okay, I had this feeling that I should do something, but I couldn't understand what until I removed the electronics part. And then it was clear to me that all you need is a private key engraved into a stone. Basically. So I did the most fancy stone possible, which is this. This is fireproof. This is waterproof, shockproof. You've tested?
Yeah, we have done a lot of tests.
And also is hacker proof. But the most important is my dad's proof. If he owns this, if he keeps this in a safe, in his pocket, in his hand, the Bitcoin is with him. And that physical, basic, ancestral link is the only way I can assure that your Bitcoins are secure for a long time. Not for 6 months, not for 2 years, for decades, for your next generation. So you can give it to your children like this, in full, by hand. And that's the whole history, the whole story about why this is so simple yet so powerful, because it's the only way my head found a solution to a very simple but very important problem. How can my dad or anyone that is not in technology would be able to maintain secure their Bitcoins? Because they don't want to trade every day. Even they don't want to make everyday payments. They just want to keep their savings away from inflation and to make that money work for them. That's the key point. Sorry if the answer was too long.
No, that's actually amazing. Like how you faced an attack, the empty box hack. Then you got the idea, since you recently told that I didn't know that you were the industrial engineer also.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I knew that you were a trader. So like how like trading component and the industrial engineer component come into the play.
Well, I was working for the industry a few years, but I didn't like it. I entered industrial engineering degree because I wanted to be an inventor.
Oh.
I wanted to invent new things.
So you invented a new thing.
Actually, I did, but long after leaving the industry. Yeah.
So when you started with the Material Bitcoin wallets, how you gathered your first team members and how you actually expanded and like how actually came up with the idea of this?
Okay, that's a good question also because I was into trading. I was into trading. I even had and have still is running an online trading academy. Spanish people, right? Or speaking Spanish people. Okay, but I also had contacts. I knew how digital business works, and I had a team. So in the core of that team, I used the resources of the already profitable company to develop the idea, to make the test, and it took some time, a couple of years, to develop this. And when this was developed, the MVP, the minimum valuable
Yeah.
product, viable product, we did a test.
Okay.
And I can remember it was the 31st of August at 7:30 p.m. A sunny day. Everyone
Which
was
year?
eh?
Which year?
2021.
2021.
Everyone was in the beach,
Mm-hmm.
and I announced a webinar.
Mm-hmm.
The webinar was something like, okay, at Spanish, cómo comprar y almacenar Bitcoin de forma fácil y segura, how to buy and store Bitcoin easily and safely or securely.
Okay.
And I was expecting no one to enter the webinar because everyone was on the beach. But 539 people arrived
Oh,
from every country, and I
and
was
you weren't expecting any.
no, maybe 10 people.
Okay.
So I told everyone, look, this is Bitcoin, it's important because this and that, and wallets and this, and the problem, the usual mistakes are this and that, so the solution is this, p. Do you want one? I know it's a very new thing, but if you are interested, you help me develop this new product, and beta testing it, Okay, if you do a webinar, about marketing, maybe 1% conversion is okay, 2% conversion is very good, and below
Yes.
1% conversion is not so good. Okay, we have a 40% conversion.
40%.
Yeah, we have 200 and something orders. We had only stock for 35 people.
Ah,
And we were answering calls all night from every country: Switzerland, Japan, El Congo, everywhere. All the people wanted this. And after that night, it was a very hard night. We discovered we had found something really important and useful. So I raised some money, from the assistants,
mm-hmm.
who some of them were old clients from my trading academy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I told now I want to make a company out from this and patent the product and, make it big because I think it's useful. I want to make the world a better place.
Right.
Okay, we raised 1 million euros.
Okay.
Yeah, 1 million euros. With that, we started everything, the website, everything went.
And expanded the team gradually, right?
Yeah. We expanded everything. We had a small business plan, it went larger, and okay, the rest is history.
Okay. Now, I want to shine some light in the past. I was connected to Waleed. Like Waleed contacted me from Material Bitcoin to FinFarm. Like we have an undestructible wallet, and I was like, there is no undestructible wallet, and he was like, no, there is. And he was so confident. He actually showed me a demonstration on the Google Meet. He actually called me on the Google Meet. Like I'm gonna show you how this gonna work. Then he shipped me those wallets, and he told me like if anyone from the FinFarm community can break it, like his idea or her idea can break the wallet, we're gonna gift a brand new wallet to them. And if you were following FinFarm back then, they were, I guess, 50 or 60 of ideas. We tested each and every idea, and yet no idea could break this wallet. Yeah, even Waleed was so confident. Like he sounded like a CEO of a very big company. Like, like this is the undestructible wallet, and we are gonna soon conquer the Indian market too. And of course, this wallet is actually very useful. Like after the recent WazirX hack, like WazirX was one of the biggest Indian
Yes,
exchange.
yes. I've been scammed or hacked by MTGOX,
Mm-hmm.
and about FTX.
Right.
There are many more stories. You don't have to look at main exchanges, massive hacks. For example, when Ukraine-Russia war started, on one single night, uh, all Russians at Coinbase, which is one of the largest um, exchanges at Europe, got banned or blocked uh, of their accounts at their exchange, and they could no they could not access to their funds anymore. And it was a political reason outside their control overnight. And like that, there were many. I remember also on Binance, UK didn't like much Binance, and overnight, again, UK users couldn't retrieve their coins or even their fiat money from Binance. You shouldn't be exposed to that. Actually, if you don't have the control of your money, it's not your money. And the exchange is perfect for exchange, but not for storing. And it's so easy to store your Bitcoin or your crypto properly when you have little knowledge, and if you don't have, you have to use one of these. But it's a recurring mistake that people leave their funds on the exchange and people lose control of the funds, and then say, crypto is a scam or whatever. No, it's just a lack of knowledge. The exchange is for exchanging.
Exactly.
And the wallets are for storage. It's as simple as that. But people still don't know, are not used to the concept of storage, of secure storage, own storage, own custodial systems. Because the good part of this is that this is your money. If you own it completely, if you own the storage, you own the money, no one can stop you for transferring it, to make a payment, to make a donation, to give it as a legacy for your children. But if you don't own the money because you have it on the exchange or whatever third party is owning your money, like the rupees, euro, dollars, whatever, you don't have full control. Always a click on the computer in Delhi or wherever can block your money and leave you not necessarily in the poverty, but leave you without control of your own money, your hard-earned money. Because remember, this is just savings. You earn this money. It's not something, you earn this money. So you need full control of it. And okay, you can do it with fiat money, but you can do it now with crypto, especially with Bitcoin. So let's use that part. That's my point. Sorry, I guess.
Yeah, actually, like there's a very common phrase: "Not your keys, not your crypto."
Exactly.
And this actually gives you freedom.
Yeah, exactly.
And you stated a very good statement. It's exactly the lack of knowledge with the people. Like what we have seen, a lot of people enter every year into the cryptos because of the lucrative gains,
Yeah.
right? And they do not invest the time to get themselves the knowledge. They lose the money and label the whole industry as a gambling industry.
Yeah, and it's not necessarily the case. I know there are a lot of scams in the crypto world because due to the lack of knowledge and due to the huge returns you can get, sometimes people fall into the trap of easy money. This is not easy money either. It's not easy money. There are high returns, very good wealth rotation, but you have to know what you're doing. And if you don't, please get one of these and make yourself your life simple and secure. Because okay, there are many sophisticated alternatives and solutions for very specific problems, but if you don't know what you're doing, please get one of these, put some Bitcoin on it, and forget about 15 years, and you'll be very happy in 15 years. And that works for everyone.
And let me tell you one thing, Uxio flew with all his team to India and launched a new variant of Material Bitcoin wallet, especially for the Indian market. And I want Uxio, just tell the audience about that wallet and why you actually launched that wallet in India.
Okay. This is a product from Europe. We are based at Spain, at La Coruña, in Galicia. Okay. And we get the sales from 35 countries now. And, the spending power of every country is different. From Netherlands, they buy like sweets. It's 89 euros, which is the standard price. At India, this is the standard model, which is 9999. I mean, 10,000 rupees. And we also have the custom model. You can print here your name, the name of your children, or the name of your business, or whatever you like. But those are the 3 use cases, the most typical ones, which is 20,000 rupees. But we found that is a little too much for the average spending power of the Indian market. So we made a big effort on reducing manufacturing costs. And the result is this model, which is material light, which is made from the same high quality military grade steel, is thinner, is lighter, yet is highly durable in a way. It's not as fancy, the finish or the packaging is not as luxurious as this one, but this functionality is 100% the same. The launch of this product is at 3,000 rupees, but we've been on we made a launch on the Geo World Convention Center the other day. It was huge. Everyone wanted one of these. We ran out of stock. It was wonderful. And we did it at 2,000 rupees. So we are planning, we are not sure 100% what the price would be. We thought initially 3,000, but we ran out of stock at 2,000. Let's see, maybe 2,500. We don't know yet, but we'll find it soon.
And I saw the images of the Money Expo event at the Geo World Convention Center. Your stall was completely out of stock.
Yeah, man, but this only happens in India. I have to tell you, India has 2 things. Spicy food and crowds. We've been at Rome, we've been at Dubai, we've been in many places with exhibition centers and whatever. But like in India and Mumbai, never, man. Never. So many people around our stand making questions, clever questions, by the way, and attending the explanations of my team, buying the wallets, making proposals. We made so many contacts. It was awesome. It was a great feeling. We felt so loved, and it was great.
And now you are opening an office in India also, right?
Yeah. We're in the process of.
Okay. Would you reveal the location for the office to the
No.
audience? Not yet.
Not yet.
So it's more like a suspense thing.
Yeah, well, actually, it's something that is strategic, and we are looking for the right spot.
And can I have the material light?
Yeah, both. You can have both.
Okay.
You can feel the difference.
Okay.
Very easily.
Does this have the funds in it?
That one? No, that doesn't. Yeah.
You can take it to that.
Okay.
Okay. So like if I talk about the material light wallets, and of course if I compare it with this, the material standard, it's like 50% thinner.
Yeah, actually it's 50%. Yeah, you're right. Good eye.
It was just a rough guess.
Very precise, rough guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, the finish is better in this, like you mentioned, of course.
Yeah.
But it's actually very good for the Indian market. Like after the recent Wazir X hack, like a lot of users now know that the money that they are storing on the exchanges are not safe. And if they are getting an option, the material light one, so they might transfer all the funds to this.
Yeah.
And all the custody will remain in their hands.
Yeah. You treat it like a gold bar.
Okay.
You see, you put some Bitcoin on it, you store it in a safe place, you don't tell anyone you have a lot of money, wherever you have it, and then there is no worry. You can forget 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years. You have no maintenance for this, no updates, no firmware, no anything. So you can forget about it and be happy, in at least 5 or 6 years.
Right.
But that's the point. In the end, what you want is to sleep well, to be calm, to be secure.
Yeah, your money is in safe hands.
Yeah.
And that matters actually.
Yeah, that matters. Exactly.
There's one question that majority of the audience asked us also about the material Bitcoin. Like when you're printing the seed phrase at the back,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
do you have access to it?
Yeah. Okay. I'll tell you. First thing first. This is manufactured in a manufacturing facility which is air-gapped. That means there is no connection to the network, to the internet, to anything.
Okay.
Okay. The private key and the address are generated offline in a fully automated system, all robotics and blah, 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 blah. But the main point apart from that we don't see the data, and in our storage every box are the same. We don't see any even the addresses. We don't have access to them, so we don't know which address goes to a client or whatever. We don't want to know. That's the main reason. We don't want to know because we know there is no perfect system. There can always be, maybe not now, maybe in 10 years, there can be a leak or whatever. So we simply don't have any data, so we cannot get leaked or robbed or whatever. Because as business is to make secure wallets for people.
That's a great vision, actually.
Yeah, and I am the owner. The company is at Europe. Europe is very strict with regulations. If there would be a scandal or something like that, I would personally go to jail and I would lose my wife and my kids. And I simply don't want to do that. So the main reason, okay, it's fully automated, secure. There is an external company that reviews the hardware and the software every 6 to 9 months or so, and checks, okay, no private keys filter, no private key is stored. If you enter any computer of our facilities, you won't find a single private key, no private keys at all. But you know, even that, the main reason is I don't want to own any data because it only brings potential problems to me, to myself.
Right. And you mentioned a very broad statement actually, Ushio, about like you do not want to store any data.
Yeah.
Like actually, Bitcoin was also created to give or freedom to the audience.
Yes.
And you are doing the same thing, like while giving you these type of material Bitcoin wallet, and you are not storing the data, which I
Yeah.
guess all the wallet companies are doing. Like Ledger, I think I do not have to name that, but the most major companies are storing the private keys maybe in their databases somewhere
Yeah.
at the
Yeah.
back end.
Uh-huh.
And what I believe the audience still doesn't know, the difference between a cold wallet and a hardware wallet.
Uh-huh.
Right? Most of them think a hardware wallet is a cold wallet.
Well, it can be,
Hmm.
but not all the time.
Right.
The moment you connect this to the network, it's not a cold wallet anymore. And it, the concept is the one I told you before. This is a private key
Right.
engraved on a stone. Okay, a fancy stone, but a stone, and when you need to take out the funds is when you need any connection to the network and you use the private key, which below this metallic vinyl adhesive, sticker. But it depends on what you need to do. If you want to store many different cryptos and you want to do some trading or you want to do some payments, you need electronics, you need software.
Right.
But if you want just to keep your savings safe and to have some portion of your money working for you instead of you working for money, then you have to do nothing. You have to uh, let it stay there for a few years. And actually, you can put money on it many times. You can take the money of it many times. But the real use case is you put money on it many times, maybe once a month or something like that, or once every 6 months, or when the market gives a good signal to buy. Actually, we help people with that also. Um, but really you take it once in your life,
Right.
or you take it two, or maybe you don't take it and you give it to your children or something like that. You see, that's the real use case. So you don't need a fancy, somewhat cold but not always cold wallet with several functions. You just want to keep your money safe.
And with the ethics that you are building material Bitcoin with, I met your team members, I met your CMO also. He's sitting
Yes,
behind the
yes,
camera. The
yeah, yeah,
audience cannot see him, but he's sitting just right behind the camera.
yeah.
I met Waleed. Waleed also showcased me one or two members from your team. And the people that are along with you in your journey are actually very good people.
Yes,
Yes.
yeah. We have a very good team, young people, very intelligent, very clever, and we are working like a high efficiency group.
Okay.
Um, in the end, we are a startup,
Mm-hmm.
we are getting new challenges every single day, so we have to be so adapted and very, very agile. So the people must to be, A class, high quality, and that's why the team is, so clever, so intelligent, because the situation is really demanding, but really demanding right now.
Okay. Now, before ending the podcast, like I want you to give one statement for the Indians who are entering the crypto space. Like one
Uh-huh.
piece of advice from your side, from your perspective, to all the Indians or to all the people who are entering into the crypto space.
Okay, I would say first thing first, crypto or Bitcoin is not easy money.
Mm-hmm.
There are high returns when you have a long-term mindset.
Okay.
Don't fall in the trap of easy money. If someone calls you and tells, okay, I'm selling you luck, there is no such a thing. But if you invest in crypto, especially in Bitcoin, because I wouldn't say crypto because there are so many shitcoins. Okay, if you invest in Bitcoin slowly, steadily, and you own it yourself, it can be so wrong.
Mm-hmm.
You will be good. So that would be my advice. Buy some crypto, store it in a wallet like this, like material wallets, and have a long-term mindset. If you do like that, you will be very happy in 5, 6, 10 years. Very happy.
Okay. Okay, there's one more question. Like I completely forgot to ask.
Okay.
Okay. Now, after that, we'll end the podcast. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you are like the material light. This is only for the Bitcoin, not for the Ethereum, USDT, or any separate version.
Yeah. Yeah, true. We have a standard version, which is Material
Mhm.
Bitcoin. We have an alternate version, which is Ether or
Right.
Ethereum, only for Ethereum. If you want to store both, you need one of each.
Mhm.
We have another version for USDT, for example. And the Material Lite is only for Bitcoin because it's Material Bitcoin Lite. We
Mhm.
have other versions like Camouflage, Shadow, blah, 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 Custom. Okay. But yes, this little thing is compatible with every software that is compatible with native Bitcoin. It means that it doesn't depend on any specific software, not on our software, not any other softwares. So if in 20 years some developer codes a new software that is compatible with original Bitcoin, that should be where you can import a private key, it will fully compatible with this.
Okay.
And even if our company were to disappear, your wallet would be still 100% functional. You still could be putting more funds and taking the Bitcoins out whenever you want, because we want to be dependent with anything. Because we understand that maybe you are using this in 40 years, 50 years from now. Actually, it's designed to last 200 years. This one
Okay.
is designed to last 30 years,
Okay.
right? So I don't know if this answers your question because truly I forgot the details of your question.
Okay. So, are you planning to launch the light version for the Ethereum or the USDT also?
Maybe we do,
Okay.
but we have to go step by step yet.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much, Yushia, for spreading light on the material light, material Bitcoin, your company, and even the people whom are you working with.
Thank you very much to you. So much fun, man. So much fun.
Thank you, Yushia.